Hello.
Hello, Mover.
Hey, guys.
Hello, T-Bear.
Hi, T-Bear. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Douglas, we've got Mini-Me in the...
Yeah. Hi.
Dude.
We got Doug. We got T-Bear. We brought T-Bear on as a subject matter expert yet again for the things that he knows and has experienced in his life. How you been, T-Bear? Been a while since we've had you. Hold on, I got to change our background. This is where we're currently streaming. We'll get to that in a second. I just had AI generate that.
Yeah, I've been doing fine. But we were talking earlier. They were letting you work from home.
All right. Well, let's talk about that because people were wondering, how's your weekend been? Well, it's been busy. It's been busy. According to breaking news sources, a technical failure caused a twin-seater FA-18 Super Hornet operated from the USS Abraham Lincoln crashed in north of Tehran. Both pilots, Major Lamoni and Lieutenant Colonel Gonky, captured by Iran. And obviously there's some stock photos of us.
We went in country with a 5-wet tanker, apparently. That was our first mistake.
We were the tanker. That's all they would trust us with, is to be the tanker. And we got lost and ended up somewhere in Tehran.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think they let majors and lieutenant colonels fly Navy jets off the carrier.
It's desperate times, Gonky.
You're right.
There's a shortage of
I'm a pilot. I can
Congrats
fly.
on your promotion, though.
Yeah, that's I'm just gonna stop doing ACSC.
Yeah. Is it in the paycheck yet?
Yeah, right.
I'm just glad they're allowing us to telework. Work from home program for the POWs. Although don't let the Department of War find out if they're going to make us come in. Telework is frowned upon in the DOW here.
Report to Iran.
Report to your prison camp immediately.
I need a VPN though. If somebody could give me a VPN, I could get some work done.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to still do ACSC from your prison camp. You will be expected to do all of your studies. How's it going, Gonky?
Good, man. Gosh, it's been a tough week, man. My kids have been up and down with this fever, and a couple of days no fever. Back to I don't know, something's going around. It's weird. It hasn't affected me, thankfully, but my kids and my wife. So it's been some long nights, but just part of having little kids, I guess. But yeah, man, everything else is going about as good as they can be. How about you?
Yeah.
For a POW, right?
For a POW, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, in between my POWing and flying combat missions, I did a parade with Luna.
Cool.
So we did the Crew de Pooch Mardi Gras parade, and went great. Luna's great. We got announced. We went home. It's a good time.
That's it.
That's the whole thing.
No close encounters.
0 close encounters.
Okay. I just thought maybe you might have some fans or something.
Ships passing in the night.
Perfect.
Nothing really crazy. I'm trying to find that FBI link, Gonky.
Dude, it's there's 2
Where'd you put it?
I put it so to speak. Right here, dude. Ground trains, Chinese pilots. There we go. It's up.
I was gonna put it
like a well-oiled.
Is it really on? Is it on this thing?
It's on the shared drive.
Yeah,
there he is. Doug's got it up.
I got it. Because if I'm gonna read it, I want to be able to scroll.
Now Mover has it up.
That's what she said. All right. Well, it's a professional operation. We're gonna talk about professional things.
Yeah.
You mean like the most unprofessional things here?
This is a lot like how IFF works too, apparently. Mass confusion.
All right. The reason we brought Because this title, I was like, the reason we brought T-Bear here is because
Tell us, T-Bear, what's been going on, dude?
Patriot, not traitor. Patriot.
My bad. There was no good way to intro that. I didn't.
That is funny.
Well, this is the last time I'll be
That's right.
here.
Last time T-Bear comes
And his
on.
first and last time on the show. Whew. Okay. Well, anyway, we were going to talk about a fighter pilot trader that is not T-Bear.
Thank you.
So
right under me, right there.
it's very, very fleeting. So we brought T-Bear on because he has personal knowledge, if you will. Is that correct, T-Bear?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So former U.S. Air Force officer and pilot Gerald Eddie Brown Jr., also known by the call sign Runner, 65, a U.S. citizen, was arrested in Jeffersonville, Indiana on February 25th, charged with a criminal complaint for providing and conspiring to provide defense services to Chinese military pilots without authorization in violation of the Arms Export Control Act. Brown is expected to have his initial appearance before the magistrate judge. It's already happened. I wonder how that went. The Air Force trained Major Brown to be an elite fighter pilot and entrusted him with the defense of our nation. He now stands charged with training Chinese military pilots, says the Assistant Attorney General for National Security, John Eisenberg. When U.S. persons, whether military or civilian, provide training to a foreign military, that activity is illegal unless they have a license from the State Department. National Security Division will use all tools at its disposal to protect our advantages. Gerald Brown, a former F-35 instructor pilot with decades of experience flying U.S. military aircraft, allegedly betrayed his country by training Chinese pilots to fight against those he swore to protect, says Assistant Director Roman Rozovsky, the U.S. FBI's Counterintelligence and Espionage Division. The Chinese government continues to exploit the expertise of current and former members of the U.S. Armed Forces to modernize China's military capabilities. This arrest serves as a warning to you, Gonky. And our partners, the FBI will stop at nothing to hold people accountable. As an Air Force officer, he took an oath to defend our nation against all enemies, foreign and domestic. He broke that oath, betrayed the country, jeopardized the safety of service members. Providing U.S. military trainer to our adversary represents a significant threat to national security. So here's what happened. Since at least in or around August of 2023, Brown willfully conspired with foreign nationals and U.S. persons to provide combat aircraft training to pilots in the Chinese Air Force, as the PLAAF. This training was a defense service under ITAR, and Brown, a U.S. person under the ITAR, lacked the required license from the State Department. He served 24 years in the Air Force, leaving active duty in 1996 with the rank of major. During his lengthy military career, he commanded sensitive units with responsibility for nuclear weapons delivery systems, led combat missions, and served as a fighter pilot instructor and sim instructor for a variety of aircraft, including the F-4, the F-15, the F-16, and the A-10. Brown then served as a commercial cargo pilot and most recently as a contract simulator instructor for two different airframes, the A-10 and the F-35. So what the complaint alleges is in or around August 2023, Brown began arranging the terms of his contract to train Chinese military pilots using a co-conspirator to negotiate with Stephen Su Bin, a Chinese national who in 2016 pled guilty in the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California for conspiring to hack into the computer networks of major U.S. defense contractors and steal sensitive military and export control data for the PRC. He was sentenced to 4 years, got out, and then he went right back at it. Throughout these communications, Brown consistently stated his intent to train PRC military pilots in combat aircraft operations. In the resume he prepared for his application, Brown wrote his objective as instructor fighter pilot. A co-conspirator told Brown that he hoped Brown would be assigned to my base. Otherwise, you'll go where's the equivalent of fighter weapons school, Nellis. Later, he stated to a co-conspirator that upon his arrival in China, now I have the chance to fly and instruct fighter pilots again. In December of 2023, Brown traveled to China to begin his work training PRC pilots. After his arrival, Brown answered questions for 3 hours about the U.S. Air Force on his first day in the PRC. And then on his second day, prepared and presented a brief about himself to the PLAF. Tell us about yourself. Brown remained in China until he traveled back to the United States in February 2026. The charges are similar to that Marine Corps guy, Dugan, we talked about, that was doing training to the Chinese pilots for takeoff and landing on the aircraft carrier, arrested in October of 2022. In June of 2024, the United States, along with the governments in Australia, the UK, Canada, and New Zealand, published a bulletin warning that China's PLA continues to target current and former military personnel from the North Atlantic Treaty Organization or nations and other Western countries to help bolster their capabilities. In February 2025, General Hecker, and then commander of NATO Allied Air Command and U.S. Air Forces in Europe and Air Forces Africa, stated, "Once you fly on our team, even after you hang up your uniform, you have a responsibility to protect our tactics, techniques, and procedures." This was a joint effort with the field offices of New York, Louisville, Los Angeles, the Air Force OSI. Cases being prosecuted by trial attorney Bo Barnes, what a name. And that's it. So it's just an allegation. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
T-Bear, what do you think, man? I mean, I
one
never
thing,
met the guy.
Well, one thing, the math ain't math. And I mean, if he spent 24 years in the Air Force, retired in 96, which he didn't, because he was in our unit post 96, he would have been like 12, when he went into the Air Force. I mean,
the FBI has never been good at math, but go on.
So I don't believe that's right. I believe he joined the Air Force in the mid 80s, I believe, and early to mid 80s. And he was in our unit. I can't remember exactly when, but it was not 96, because that's when we went back to A-10s, and we were in A-10 school at the end of 96. And I was already back flying A-10s when Runner was there, and it had to at least be 97. So there's some problems. And then after he left us, he went to Columbus Air Force Base and got in some trouble there. So I don't know if that math ain't math. And I don't think he spent 24 years in the Air Force.
Didn't he also fly the F-111?
He did.
And
so
that did not say that either. That didn't have him as an F-111 pilot.
Well, he was kind of famous for that. So he was a 111 pilot in Desert Storm. And whenever you would go to physiological training, they would show this video when they were talking about Spatial D and stuff like that. They'd show this video of this 111. It's middle of the night. I think it was during Desert Storm. And he did some kind of unauthorized dive toss at night. And on the recovery, he got all messed up and pulls the airplane out at about 50 feet over the desert in the middle of the night. And you can hear the Wizzo go, "Runner, you almost killed us." So that was his claim to fame from the Aardvark, at least. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So what was your first encounter with him other than that?
So the unit, he wanted a job. And like we were talking earlier, back then the Air Force had this organization. It was a unauthorized organization called the Command Barstoolers Association, and just a bunch of drunks. And but they took care of each other, and it went, there's lieutenants, and there were probably 4 stars that had been part of this organization, and they kind of looked out for each other. Well, we had about 3 of them in our unit at the time. So Runner wanted a job, and these guys were obviously going to hire him. One of them was the acting squadron commander at the time. Another one had some pretty good pull in the unit, and well, actually both of the other ones had pretty good pull in the unit. And so they were going to hire him no matter what. But he couldn't make the interview for the rest of us because he was on house arrest at, I think it was Shaw. And and the rumor was, I don't know if it's true or not, but the rumor was he was on house arrest because he had, I'll keep it clean, sexually assaulted the wing commander's wife in the O Club. Oh. And had grabbed her in the O Club. So he couldn't make his interview. So I don't think he ever made an interview. They just hired him when other people in the squadron didn't really want him there. So he showed up and he was just a problem. I can think of a few things. He would come in every Monday with like a black eye because he's been getting in fights over the weekend. He was a drunk and he'd go out and fight. And he got in a fight with, he claims he got in a fight with Wayne Gretzky, and he was all proud of it. He got in a fight with Wayne Gretzky at night, or in New Orleans. He had a black eye, when he showed up. But we were in Alaska one time, and we're at a bar, and he's talking to a good friend of mine, another guy in the squadron, and that guy said something he didn't like, and he just punched him square in the face. And I don't mean, a slap, a push. No, I mean, he just full up punched him in the face. And that guy had a big old black eye with his eyes full shut. And squadron mate guy,
So safe to say that when you saw the story break, you weren't surprised.
Oh, not at all. I mean, I'm going to give you a few more of these stories of this
yes,
guy.
please do.
We can really paint the picture. So, he always, what I didn't say is before he got to us, he was flying at Shaw, and a good friend of mine, Tree Galloway, was his flight commander and took him somewhere to go do some Army stuff. And he hit a power line with the A-10. And it was
that common? You guys fly pretty low. Is that common?
No. No. I only know of one guy. He hit a tower, and his call sign was Fibat. Flew into big ass tower, and but he hit like a 2,000 foot tower 5 feet from the top. That guy did. It's just like, really? No. So this was one of the big cross country transmission lines, and they have a ground wire that runs across the top. So and he actually hit that with the nose. It went up the windshield of the airplane, scratched the top of the canopy, and bounced over the tails and the engines. And when he told me the story about it, he was like this big hero because he had discovered this uncharted obstacle out there that was a couple of 300 feet below his min authorized altitude anyway, right? So, all right, you got to say hello this time.
I know. Hi.
So, so that, he was making himself out to be the big hero about that thing. And Tree just, thinks he's awful. And, after that, and then trying to make some excuse how it wasn't his fault. But he came over to our.
Didn't you tell me he told him he hit a bird?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, you said that.
That might have been what it was.
He told the crew chief.
That he hit a bird. Yeah. I mean, if he had been in like a Viper, that thing would have cut him in half because, the A-10's got that big, huge support structure for the ballistic windshield that's in the front. And that's the only thing saved him. It ran the wire up over the top. And, just full of lies, full of everything. And I had a lot of trouble with him doing stupid shit. And I can't remember everything right now, but I was always having a talk with him. And I remember I asked him one time, I said, Runner, have you ever been grounded? He's like, I can't count how many times. And I'm like, dude, most people can say no to that.
Oh, right.
And you're saying you can't even count how many times? So he was flying with us one day. He was going out in the morning as a FAC because he was actually a member of, he was an AFAC at the 23rd TAS, I think it was. That was at Pope or Shaw at one point in time, back when we had FAC squadrons. And he was going out by himself, and a friend of mine was the SOF, and I'll say his name because we're going to have to talk about this more. It's Randy. And Randy was the SOF, and I was the chief of safety at the time. And our long runway in New Orleans, y'all both flew there, right? In New Orleans. So runway 4 was closed, and that's before it was 10,000 feet long. So when it was 8, and they just had the apex right there between. Well, the arming crew was going to arm them up at the normal arming area for runway 4. And Randy told him that. But he went and he taxied all the way down to, I guess it's 3-1, way down there on the short runway, and called up Randy and said, hey, where's the arming crew? He goes, well, they're at the arming area for runway 4. He goes, okay, well, send them down here to me. And Randy's like, no, you're going to have to taxi back. So he pitches a fit on the radio, and Randy's like, I told you, dude, you got to go back. So he hauls ass back down there, and he stops short because there's eagles in the arming area. Well, when the first eagle pulled out, he just cobs the power, starts hauling ass for that spot, and somewhere he figured out, I'm not going to fit next to this eagle. Oh, so he slams on the brakes and leaves about 5 foot of skid marks, which was probably the least thing he did that day. Okay. And it was because we had just gotten rid of Vipers and the spots were set up for the Eagles, 43 feet, and A-10s were 58 or whatever, and they don't fit in there. So he waited until that eagle pulled out. And when that guy left, he cobbed the power again, ran into the spot so fast that the arming crew ran away and stops in there, and they arm him all up. And then when he left, same thing. He just cobs the power, stomps on the rudder, and he turned the airplane. And they came and got me because they wanted to make a safety complaint, which I'll get back to later. But I went out there, and there was about 135 degrees of skid marks where the main gear were sliding sideways, and they were a good 2 foot wide or more, where the airplane slid as he was turning it around. And you could pick the rubber up. I mean, grab rubber and pick it up. And he did that, and he went back and he took off and he went to the range, and he came back, and when they post-flight of the airplane, the nose wheel bearings were shot from what he had done with it in the EOR. So Randy turned that over to, well, I went down there and they said, okay, we want to make a safety complaint. Now I went back to this acting squadron commander and I go, this ain't a safety issue. It's a discipline issue. Here, that's your booger. And he didn't really want it because he was a bar stooler. And he was the biggest proponent in the squadron of this guy and of runner. And he didn't want to do anything about it. So, a day or so went on, and he did nothing to runner. And then that night or the next night, Randy and I were eating supper. And Randy gets a phone call, and it's his wife. And she said, hey, I just got a phone call from Runner Brown. And he said, and I'll keep this a little cleaner, but he said, your husband, and I won't say his name, Lieutenant Colonel Randy, is sleeping with a redheaded woman in the medical squadron. And you don't know who I am, but I just wanted to tell you that. And she said, well, matter of fact, I got caller ID and it says Runner Brown on it right now.
Hi, Runner.
So he hangs up on her, and she called Randy. So Randy tells me this. I'm like, oh, well, I guess my wife's next. So I called, I called my ex-wife, my wife at the time. I said, hey, this guy, he called Paula, and this is what he told her. So don't be surprised to get a phone call. So a little while later, my daughter answers the phone, and he says, hey, you little effing bitch, put your mom on the phone. And she was like 8 at the time. And that's Brandy, of course.
I know.
And she, my ex-wife got on the phone, and he goes, well, you don't know who I am. And she goes, yeah, I do. You're Runner Brown. Tell me what you got to tell me. And he goes, well, your husband, Major Charlie Garino, I don't know why he says it like this, is sleeping with a fat girl in San Antonio. And my wife's like, okay, is that it? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, well, as long as he brings a paycheck home, I'm fine. Hangs up on him.
Oh, dude.
So he actually calls another guy's wife in the squadron, did the same thing. I don't have all the details on that, but they were in a bad place and kind of on the cusp of a divorce, and they ended up getting divorced. And, when he found out what happened, he asked us to call his wife, and his wife didn't care. She said we were covering for him and whatever. And because, by the way, Randy was not sleeping with the redhead in the squadron, and I was not sleeping with a fat woman in San Antonio.
Could your hands touch?
Well, I don't know. He didn't qualify. I don't know. But I will say the thing that went bad for Randy was like 2 days before he had told his wife he'd like her to dye her hair red to see what it was.
Oh no! Oh no!
So that didn't go over for Randy so well.
Oh, no.
But so the next day, Randy gets the caller ID phone, brings him the phone with the caller ID on it to that squadron commander. And he's like, oh, he still didn't want to do anything, but he had to do something. And it was, he wasn't going to do much at first. He grounded him and he was going to talk to him or do something. And then finally, Randy's like, I'm afraid this guy's going to come shoot up the base. And you got to do something because he's unhinged. I mean, he's a psycho. And so they banned him from the base. And they let him come in to out process. And I remember Lee J. Brundage. He caught Lee J. Brundage in the hallway. And Lee J. signed his 1288. I'm just remembering this. This ended up turning into a bunch of trouble because he leaves us and he goes to the reserves at Columbus. And he was out there flying 38s at Columbus, or I don't know if he actually got to fly them or he was going to go to training to go fly them. And the wing commander down there saw him. The active duty wing commander saw him and went to the reserve guy and said, that guy's not flying my airplanes. So you got to do something else with him. And I think he became a sim instructor, a civilian sim instructor there for a little while. And that's probably about the time he got out of the Air Force. But that wing commander started some crap about it. And it went back to why the squadron didn't do anything, didn't highlight this guy. I had forgot about that until we were just started talking about it. And they were after the subsequent squadron commander, who really didn't have anything to do with this. They were after him. And then they were after Lee J a little bit. And Lee J, I didn't know what was going on. I just signed it in the hallway. He ambushed me, which is what I think Runner was good at. So he went there, and at some point he got hired by United. And if I remember this correctly, I think they fired him on his last day of probation. I think he flew with them for about a year, and they fired him on the last day or the last couple of days of probation. That's how I remember. It might not be accurate. This was a long time ago, but it seems like it was right at the very end, if I remember it right. So he goes off and applies for UPS. I don't understand how a guy who's had all this trouble in his whole life is able to apply and get hired in these, I mean, United. That's not a, that's not a fly-by-night organization. UPS, not a fly-by-night organization. Well, one of the guys in our squadron was a UPS pilot. And I went to him and I said, dude, you got to tell him. You cannot let him hire this guy. And he said, I'm not saying anything. I go, why? And he says, well, I'm gone a lot and I have a wife and a young kid at home and I'm scared of the guy. I don't know what he'll do. He's, if I go and screw him over on getting a job, I'm just going to sit here and keep my mouth shut, because that's how bad the guy was. People were scared of him. And so he got hired at UPS and he flew for UPS for a while. And I was at my pilot training reunion one time. I was talking to a guy that worked at UPS in management. I said, hey, you got a guy y'all need to look out for because he was pretty bad when he was in the Air Force. And I said, Runner Brown. And he goes, oh, I fired him like 2 weeks ago. And I go, well, what happened? And he said that they were on a augmented crew going to Korea or Japan, somewhere in Asia. And he started acting real weird. And it got so bad that when he left the cockpit, the other 2 crew members locked the door and wouldn't let him in. And they called ahead and said, we're not opening the door until security gets him off the airplane.
Oh, wow.
And they got him off the airplane and took him to, they flew him back home commercial and fired him. And that was the last I had heard of Runner Brown until he shows up on the news.
So it sounds like we really screwed ourselves here because we should have just left him in China.
Yeah, he might have taken down all of
Oh, yes. Tell us more about,
I mean, now I can't see how he has. I mean, well, first of all, in my opinion, he's a psycho, but I can see how he might not be too loyal to the Air Force in the U.S. because I mean, all the trouble he had in the Air Force, and then got fired from 2 airlines. I mean, I could see how
a quote where he's like, "This is my squadron, finally." Wasn't one of the things he's like, he was all excited when he got there.
He said
like,
he finally gets to train and fly with Air Force pilots again.
Oh yeah, that's right.
My own squadron.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me that he was able to maintain a security clearance to even get like the F-35 sim job.
My guess is he just lies because he was a pathological liar in the squadron. And I'm guessing that when you fill out the form and you and I are scared to death of going to jail for 10 years, I'm assuming he just don't care. And,
Yeah.
Am I going to have another death threat, T-Bear, because of this episode?
Well, he's in jail right now.
Yeah, it's the federal government, though, dude. They're going to let him out. It's catch and release.
He's there 2 years, man. I mean, it's pretty bad. Yeah. It's pretty bad what he did. I don't know if he's going to.
So I guess now, what's your opinion on the actual event? What do you think about somebody going to China and training the Chinese?
Oh, I think he's a effing traitor and should face the death penalty. Absolutely. Okay. I mean, I'm hoping that these export violations that he has right now are just a preliminary. And then as they investigate more, this gets updated to treason. Because, I mean, you think about it. If he was an F-35 sim-IP, he was probably read into some stuff that, he could.
Grave damage,
irreparable damage. Irreparable damage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. The crappy thing is like you're literally providing ammo against your own sons and daughters and your friends, fellow countrymen. Like it's the people. Like I don't care if they shoot down F-35s all day long per se, but dude, there's actually people like your countrymen, sons and daughters in that thing. Like, I mean, I just can't believe you would betray your own people, I mean, that's pretty bad.
I mean, he called squadron mates' wives with that bullshit story. I mean, that guy will betray anybody.
Yeah.
He has no loyalty.
I mean, when I went to, Malaysia to fly with RMAF, that was one of my concerns when I took the job. And, that like if it's done correctly through the proper channels, you get briefs and training and stuff on that. I mean, but like to go to China, just
did he have a wife, kids, or anything?
He did. He had a wife and kids.
Somebody married this man.
Yeah, and so
redhead probably.
Yeah. And if I remember, she was, in my opinion, she was just as crazy as him, and. Yeah, it was a bad situation. And, this is, and like I say, just my opinion, he's a psycho, but you can kind of make your own, own decisions on everything I told you he did.
Allegedly.
Well, I mean, He called our wives. He damaged the airplane. He almost wrecked the F-111. He hit the wire. I mean, we can put this list together here.
Are you
That's
saying
true.
when you connect the dots, everything kind of points to he probably did it?
Oh, yeah.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
You think he got honeypotted too?
Probably.
Probably.
I mean, I can't imagine he kept that wife. I mean,
Where are you going, honey? I'll be back in 3 years.
2 years. I'll have a lot more money.
Yeah, but you can't have it.
Yeah.
I am curious what they paid him. I would really like to know
200
how
grand.
much money. That's it?
Mm-hmm.
200 grand.
Is that before or after taxes?
US dollars too, not even yen or whatever.
Not even.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would have thought he would have charged more, but
Gonky would charge
come
more.
on. Well,
there's no price.
Yeah, but they gave him his own fighter squadron.
Well, you know what? A guy like him, that might have been all he needed right there.
Oh.
Yeah. No long-term plan. Just that's too bad.
Wow.
Dude, that's $100 grand a year.
To betray your country.
Yeah, to betray your country, which is yeah.
You know
well,
what?
it goes to show you, T, like you're saying, he doesn't have much regard for the value of his country or human life, really, apparently.
No, apparently not. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, Russian firm. No, wait. I thought it had the number here. Yeah,
I'm actually surprised he came back to the U.S. I mean, given the fact that he didn't realize caller ID,
did they send
give
him?
him away? I mean, probably didn't take much for authorities to track him down, and find him.
Probably not. I don't think he was ever. He got caught at a lot. I can't imagine he was doing more than what he got caught at.
He's probably using YouTube to publish his training videos for the Chinese.
Hold on.
Heads are like, wait a minute, what is this stuff on the YouTubes?
Yeah. Wow. I would imagine he was making that as an F-35 sim IP. Well, he might have just, like you said, it could have been just because he wanted to have his own fighter squadron, or it could have been because he was just pissed off at everybody over here. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see money being the motivation there.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where it said. I swear I read $200,000 because I was looking at that going, okay, well, he could have, if he'd have stayed at either of his airline jobs, he could have made that in a couple months.
Well, yeah, but he's a psycho.
That's true. When you're a psychopath, things don't make sense.
I mean, when you are acting so bad, so unstable that your other two crew members lock you out of the cockpit, I mean, how bad must you be?
That's pretty bad.
That's a good thing they had other crew members. Was this before or after that? The spear with the FedEx. Remember that?
Oh,
Probably
after. It was before. Wait, when did that happen?
80. It's 80.
Oh, yeah. Then it was after this. Maybe. This happened probably. He got fired out of UPS probably 20.
Yeah, this was 94. Was the FedEx thing?
Yeah, he got fired out of or not FedEx, UPS. Trying to think, he was probably 18 or 19, something around there.
Wow.
Yeah. I just can't imagine sitting there and answering questions for 3 hours about the Air Force on his first day in the PRC and then brief about himself.
That brief was probably 4 hours.
They were probably trying to get out.
Screw me,
we hired the wrong guy.
Mess with me, I'll call your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't find the 200,000. So if that's incorrect, I apologize. I thought I read it was a $200,000 fee that they had paid, but
yeah.
Either way, I mean, yikes! Don't do that, kids. It's bad.
Yeah. So that was my experience with the guy, and it was a fairly short time. And but I don't think anybody that flew with him anywhere wouldn't have the same amount of stories about him.
Yeah. The surprising thing is the F-35 semi-P because semi-Ps are usually a unique bunch. So everybody's got stories there.
Yeah, and he did that semi-P thing at Columbus for a while. So I don't know if it was contractor, maybe it was a company he had already worked for.
Yeah.
I know in 2014 they were GS employees, but maybe at one point they were contractor, a M1 or something like that. I don't know.
Fortunate Father says people wantonly, I think is what that's the word, throw the word treason around, usually in political arenas. This, however, is literally treason by every definition of the word.
Yeah.
Amnesia says you're T-Bear.
Why is that?
Because the kids call it spilling the tea when you're saying all the details.
I got you.
Hey, Aaron says, glad to see you back, T-Bear. I flew with a spray pilot like runner once. I avoided that guy like the plague.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't get away from him fast enough.
Rob says, loving these stories.
But, that whole little Barstooler group, I mean, that's the only way this guy was able to continue to do stuff was because he had people helping him and protecting him in these different units.
T-Bear Tack Air says, did I see you in a Viper Op4 video, or is that someone else? They didn't have video cameras back in your day.
No.
Was it black and white? Was it a black and white reel? I mean,
it was 8 millimeter.
Yeah.
You're laughing, but when I went to IFF, it was lift back then. Our T-38 gun camera film was 8 millimeter.
Wow. Was still that when I flew it.
Was it really?
Yeah, the little 8 millimeter tapes.
Yeah.
No. 8 millimeter film in this cartridge, and you stuck it in there, and then you had to bring it to the lab, and they had to develop.
Oh no! We had the little cassettes.
You'd put it in a projector and project it on the wall.
Oh, wow! All right.
Wow.
Well, we learned things. B-Shoke says, yeah, that's who we need to teaching China how to fly. I think that's a valid. But that's it. That's all the comments that are relevant to you, T-Bear. We thank you for your time.
Thanks, man.
And your stories. We have to talk about a war that's going on.
Yeah. Y'all talk about that. I'm going to give the youngest boy some private pilot ground academics because I'm teaching him how to fly.
Nice.
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
Cool. Finally, somebody in the family.
Thanks, T-Bear. We appreciate you as always. We'll see you next time you're on.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Have a good night.
Yeah.
You guys be safe, and hope y'all get out of prison soon.
Thank you. We're working on it.
Hey, I'll be Sandy 1 if y'all need me.
Well, we do.
Perfect.
But honestly, this work from home situation is not too bad. So
it's not bad.
We're just going to leave it as is until somebody says something.
All right. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Gonky. Hello. Oh my God.
T-Bear.
2,200 people.
Yep. Well, that's the show
T-Bear.
for tonight, folks. Thanks.
No, don't say that, dude. They'll leave, you dummy. Have you learned nothing? We will get to the Iranian thing here in a second. Islamic State says, I heard Gonky was in the Navy's version of the Dos Gringos, a band named the Three Seamen. All right. Kuwaiti Air Defender says, I thought those were Iranian F-15s. Oops, my bad.
We'll get to that.
Scott's Photography says, Mover and Gonky, you escape on a Tomcat.
We can.
Yeah.
I'm flying. Me up front.
No.
Yeah.
Tom says, free Gonky, do what you want with Mover, but leave Luna alone. What the hell? I mean, thanks. Thanks, Dinkata.
Thanks.
Why didn't Mover use the last flare? Asked Crazy Pete. It's a great question.
Seat was pinned. Oops.
Warhorse says, can we start a fund to save at least one F-14? Yeah, that's a good point. Full Afterburner says, Mover, here's some money for a lawyer. Get your ass out of the POW camp. What are your thoughts on those strike eagles in Kuwait? Do you think they were definitely frat kills? We're going to talk about that here in a second.
Mm-hmm.
And Stupid Magnet says, may all our warriors be safe. May this war be short. Amen to that.
Yeah,
always. Sig says, so glad to see Mover was released from captivity. I am a captive in my own mind. Lance says, on the next Airwolf, movers rescue from Tehran. Yep, possibly. Tic Tac's got my back. 2.2K of you and only 79 likes. Well, we're not providing what the people want, apparently. Gonky, let's talk about this. F-15s, 3 F-15s were shot down. Actually, I've got that because I covered it earlier today on my channel, but I'd like to get your take on this. According to the U.S. CENTCOM, this is the official report. That's what we're going off of. At 11:03 p.m. Eastern Time, March 1st, 3 U.S. F-15E Strike Eagles flying in support of Operation Epic Fury went down over Kuwait due to an apparent friendly fire incident. During active combat that included attacks from Iranian aircraft, ballistic missiles, and drones, the U.S. Air Force fighters were mistakenly shot down by Kuwaiti air defenses. All 6, that's how you know they're the world's greatest passenger jet, ejected safely, have been safely recovered and are in stable condition. Kuwait has acknowledged this incident, and we are grateful for the efforts of the Kuwaiti Defense Forces and their support in the ongoing operation. Cause of this incident is under investigation. Additional information will be released as it becomes available. And there are videos. Doug, you got a video of, was this the shoot down? Play it.
Affirmative.
Oh, they're just flying along, low altitude-ish.
Yeah.
Fat, dumb, and happy. Dude, had they already ejected?
I didn't see an ejection. That's what I looked for the first time I saw this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have they already ejected here?
I'll let it play.
Like,
how far
preemptively?
To my knowledge, no, but that's as far as it goes.
Right there.
Right.
Yeah, I don't see any.
Just flat spin.
I mean,
they could have ejected after this, obviously.
They could have. I mean, I could see that as they're spiraling. I still got it. I think I got it. Right.
It's the old Maverick where you're.
Yeah, exactly. Stirring the pot. Nothing happening. That's pretty wild.
Well, but the reason I ask is because the Gettysburg pilot that actually got shot down preemptively ejected.
Yes.
No can defend.
Yeah. So if it was a friendly fire incident by the Kuwaiti Air Defense Forces, I'm assuming Patriot battery probably. I know that, the Patriot's a pretty bad as in very effective piece of gear. I remember when I was a new Hornet pilot. So Lieutenant Nathan White in 2003 was shot down and killed by a Patriot battery accident, blue on blue. And my skipper at the time was a department head in his squadron. And he told all of us before, we went into Iraq and Afghanistan, he said, if you ever get lit up by a Patriot, he said, just eject. He's like, don't try to dodge it. Just eject. So I don't know, man, maybe they did get Patriot indications and eject. And what we saw there was the jet just flying along, but I don't know, man. Usually, that jet was flying straight and level. Usually when a couple 1,000 pounds of seat and peoples come out of the nose of an airplane, it starts climbing or something. I've never flown the Strike Eagle, but to me, it looked like it was piloted when it got hit, but I don't know. The video stopped early, so we know they got out, but I didn't see the ejection.
Well, there's no correlation either because there's 3 different jets and 3 different videos from various angles, so it's hard to tell which jet is which for it. I will say that social media and other media has various rumors about this, and if you read the actual press release, it says Kuwaiti Air Defense. So if you read between the lines, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a Patriot.
True.
They have other surface-to-air missile systems out there. They also have air-to-air systems out there that could have done the same thing. There are other, rumors that I've seen where the Iranians shot them down, which I see that a lot. And my opinion, and I'd like to hear what you have to say, Gonky. My opinion is, as Americans, especially as American fighter pilots, we don't do that. And the reason I say that is because we're a debrief heavy organization, and we will lay it out there. If we screw up, we screw up. And a lot of people say, well, we're saving face because we don't want to admit the Iranians shot us down. I'll be honest with you. I would rather hear that the Iranians shot us down than we shot ourselves down, because friendly fire incidents are the worst thing in combat, in training, or whatever. It's much worse. Gonky, what do you think?
Yeah, in American culture, especially in military fighter pilot, especially, we don't believe in saving face just to save face. So we're taught early on, you own it and you learn from it. You know, the only time I could ever see them, you know, denying it would be for some sort of massive tactical advantage, but I don't see that we need that in this case. And like you said, Mover, it looks from an American point of view, it looks worse to say, you know, you punched yourself in the face, vice getting hit by the enemy. So yeah, I agree with you, man. It's kind of ridiculous.
Go with this video, Doug. What do you have here?
Oh,
Right.
Flat spin.
There.
Yeah,
two
yeah.
shoots.
We don't know that is this the same aircraft?
No, we don't know which one. We just know it's one of the three.
Yeah.
It's got no part
I mean,
of
the other
tail.
one started a flat spin, so
Yeah, it's hard
Dude,
to tell.
you're in the
There is a puff of smoke there already, so maybe it's the same one.
yeah. Well, you're already in the Maverick and Goose. It's a good thing it's not up here. It's
Right.
on your seat.
Dang, dude, look at that, man. That makes me sad.
Well, so there's some other videos. I don't think we're going to show it just because I don't think we should be showing service members in combat situations, especially since there's some up close stuff. We try to avoid that as much as possible.
Yeah.
But there's a video of a tale of two interactions, because the first one is the male Wizzo pilot, we don't know which, being held at stick point, and the man is threatening him with a stick, and he's like, hey, easy, easy, easy. And the other one is the female, whether she's the pilot or the Wizzo, who has just gone through this, 15G ejection, gets up, walking around like, oh, wow. And he's like, hey, are you okay? We really appreciate you. Can I get you anything? Thank you. And she's just like, I'm okay. Totally cool. She's like, totally like,
Yeah.
but we're very thankful. And then there's one that got stuffed in the trunk, probably a Wizzo, because that's where they're most comfortable. And then there was the other guy that like half his hand was missing, like his fingers and stuff.
He's
so
hurt,
probably
dude.
some kind of ejection injury. Like
He's hurt. Yeah.
it looked very, very painful, which, they always talk about, dude, that's the risk you run in ejections if you're not prepared and in a good body position, right? Because your hands flail and hit certain things coming out of that cockpit, especially not wearing gloves. Not that gloves, I think, would help him there, but flailing injuries are a thing, especially when you're not expecting it.
Yeah. That's what I thought when I saw his hand. Is I thought, man, I wonder if that's actually a burn, but
That was blood.
yeah. No, I never wore gloves because I like, to feel the buttons, but yeah, like you said, man, I'm not sure gloves would have done them much good. The footage is a little bit telling. I mean, dude, clearly they're low altitude, right? I mean, I assume that they landed in Kuwait, so they're probably coming back to base.
Yeah.
And I just, similar to the Gettysburg, right? But Gettysburg was nighttime, and they could see the the plume coming at them. A little bit different than Navy. We talked about it before the show, but I assume in country they have their raw gear on at all times until they park, right? So I mean, I'm just curious if they knew that they were being shot at or targeted.
Dude, it goes one of those things, like, do you know or care, right? Because as well as I do, coming back, you've done your mission, right? And you're like, whew, friendly lines, like I'm inside the wire now. I'm not thinking I'm going to get popped. If I hear a spurious RWR indication, I'm not going to be like, especially if it's not something from a threat country. So for me, I don't know that I would like, it'd be tough to be threat reacting coming into the pattern. And that's the same thing we talked about with the Gettysburg, right? Like you're fat, dumb, and happy. He was the tanker. But if you look at the Gettysburg, it was also three shots, 3 aircraft, same as this. I wonder where 4 was in this.
Well, right. So in what, like how much time transpired between the first and the third shoot down? Were they all up? I mean, I assume it was at the same flight. So were they all up the same TAC frequency?
I think it was a flight of 4.
Because I mean, if you were the third one to get shot and it was roughly, I don't know how, if it doesn't look like they were coming back together, but if there's some sort of lead trail and you had a couple minutes.
Well, we don't see the videos, and like, because nobody was filming until they were getting shot at, because they could have been in like a Vic Stinger kind of thing, 2+1.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
2+2. I mean, 2+2 and -4 is the only one that doesn't, get popped, or a lead trail.
I wonder if they took a shot at number 4. I mean, if they mistook the formation coming at them as hostile drones, I mean, you'd think they'd target all 4 contacts. I mean, a lot of things I'm curious about here, but
that too, in the warhead size, because if I remember right, the Patriot has got at least the bigger Patriots, because of different sizes, have pretty large, like you talked about. Your skipper said eject. These dudes got hit and then ejected, which to me is a smaller warhead, because you don't get that opportunity to do that. I know the Eagle jet's a big jet, and it's a Strike Eagle. So this was another thing I talked about in the video I did today. Yes. Everybody keeps harping on this 104-0 thing. First of all, surface-to-air missile threats do not count. Fratricide does not count either. But also, 104-0 is a reference to the albino jet, the ANC.
The light grays.
The light gray. And their air-to-air prowess. The Strike Eagle has no such prowess. They are not an air-to-air community. They are bombers.
They are known as the Mud Hen.
Correct. They are bombers and passenger jets.
Correct.
They are not fighters in the traditional sense. So they don't care about all this stuff. And rightfully so. Some of them, very few, but some of them are very cool people.
True. Valid.
So, but no, seriously, I mean, we're joking, but we are very fortunate that we're only talking about injuries and not deaths here, because that would be very, very, and we are in this conflict, we're going to talk about it later. There's already been 6 people killed defending freedom.
I mean, dude, DOD wide, we've been very lucky with blue on blues, right? When you combine the Navy and the Air Force, blue, like no one, thankfully, no one's died, right?
Yeah. Does that mean we're bad at being bad, or we're good at being bad? Because we're failing we're successfully failing.
Yeah, but is that a good thing? That's the question.
Right. It's like
successfully
you shot yourself down, but then you shot yourself. The good news is you shot yourself down. Mm-hmm. The bad news is you shot yourself. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the same, but dude, it's the same setup as the Gettysburg. The air picture was saturated, drones and all that stuff, and they're trying to target stuff, and there's probably some fog of war stuff. And
yeah, I mean, this is, man. I mean, side note, this is why I don't think BFM is totally dead. Because I mean, obviously IFF doesn't work all the time, right?
We don't know. We don't. There's obviously going to be more that comes out of this. Maybe. I hope that they do some kind of AIB.
Oh, I'm sure. Dude, they lost. There's 3.
Yeah, I know, but if it starts getting into the tactical realm, it'll go classified real quick, and we'll never see it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't care. I just hope the investigation happens. They figure out where the loophole was and close it. Because, dude, you can't.
No, you can't be worried about getting shot down in your own backyard by your own people.
Right.
Whether it was air to air or air to ground.
Exactly, man.
Let me ask you this, Gonky. Hypothetical. Let's say it's a Kuwaiti Hornet that did this. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying You're dash 4. You have the aircraft.
Wait a minute. Wait, I'm dash.
You're dash
I'm
4.
Eagle.
You just got promoted to flight lead because everybody in front of you.
Everyone's now gone in a parachute.
And you see a Super Hornet, or what are they? Are they flying Super Hornets now? Yeah, the Block 3 Super Hornets. Yeah, because you almost flew them. The Block 3 Super Hornet is running hot at you, having just downed all 3 of your buddies. You have the aircraft.
Honestly, I'm probably going to shoot back, dude. Because I mean, here's the thing is, to tell it's a Super Hornet, I mean, you got to be really close. So, I mean, probably it's going to be some sort of spec, and you're just going to see the smoke coming off, and it's like, I don't know what that is, but it just smoked 6 of my best friends, probably going hostile, dude. But I don't know. What would you do, Mover?
I become the Dos Gringos song about starting World War III. The real question, like in all seriousness, though, is that in this scenario, let's go back to it's a Patriot or it's a ground threat, right? Let's assume it is for the sake of this discussion. We don't even know that there was a dash 4. This is purely speculation because there may have just been the 3 ship, but you're dash 4, you're the on-scene commander. You just watched your 3 buddies get smoked. Actually, 6 buddies. You watched a whole regional jet full of people get smoked. Are you going to stick around with your Wizzo and be the on-scene commander, or are you going to continue trucking to get out of that engagement zone?
That's a tough one because, I mean, you're over friendly territory, right?
You thought so.
So here's the thing. Kuwait, I don't want to say it's a small country, but Kuwait
oh boy,
is not a large country. There we
go. Medium,
small. So I remember, like, I did the sim eval for the Kuwaitis when they bought a new sim for the Legacy jet. Anyways, I flew to Texas and I was still active duty at the time. I hop in this thing, I'm doing all the eval, and I remember sitting on the ramp there in Kuwait, and the moving map, I just put it out to like 40 miles, and it was almost like it was like the whole country. And I'm like, wait a minute, and it's so to answer your question, it's like, it'd be mass confusion because we shouldn't be getting shot right now. So, like, what the hell is happening? I don't even know if dash 4 knew the axis, right? That they were being shot at from. I mean, maybe.
It looked like tail.
It did look like tail.
It looked like a rear aspect shot.
Yeah, 100%. So, in that case, dude, I'm probably gonna, clearly my formation's under attack.
You're singing on the radio for sure. One of you in the jet, is saying something to your controlling 100%. Agency.
100%. Exactly. So at a minimum, I'm going to get out the fact that my 3 best friends here just took something up the tailpipe. 6 best friends just took a missile up the tailpipe.
Unless you don't include Wizzos as I'll allow it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Exactly. I'm going to probably defend, make sure I'm okay. And then at that point, once the picture solidifies in my head, if you have the gas, dude, at a minimum, you're going to mark your spot and let the controlling agency know, hey, we got 3 friendlies and 3 helmet bags down here. Come get them. And bingo fuel or whatever, and out of there. It's strange, man, because you're over friendly territory.
Arm the seat, Wizzo. You're the last flare. Oh man. That's assuming. It could have been the standard. You brief 4, step 3. Now it may not have been a 4 ship.
Probably the luckiest dash 4 to go down in the chocks, man.
Yeah.
Because who's to say they would have? If that's the case, maybe they would have got a 4th. I don't know, man. But Strike Eagle is, that's an expensive piece of U.S. hardware, and to lose 3 of them,
dude,
blue on blue.
Like when I saw this, I'm like, there's no way it's 3.
Right. Exactly.
Exactly. Like 1, I understand.
Yeah.
One is, but then again, Gettysburg was almost 4
Yeah.
because they almost took out their own helicopter that was just
shooting.
trying to land on the Gettysburg.
Right. Right.
So,
yeah, it's I don't know if we'll ever see it, but if it was truly a blue on blue, as kind of we think it is now, like it would be interesting to see where the breakdown was in the whole identify friend or foe process, because
and that's another thing is pretty sure Patriot, you have to override it. Like it's not just hey, we'll figure it out in the debrief. I'm sure he's hostile. Like it's a conscious effort if it's not.
Yeah, and kind of like the Gettysburg, right? So they're shooting down real life hostile drones, like lots of them. So I understand, the fog of war is real, and these guys are experiencing it more than I ever did, and I can't imagine. And of course, Iran actually was successful in striking targets in Kuwait, right? So it's not like, not like they.
But that's why we're on edge.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So that lends to more of an opportunity for mistakes to be made. And like you're talking about having to override the system to shoot. I don't know, man. Maybe.
So there's your info on that. So that makes sense. Radar guided kinetic hit to kill with a PAC-3. So whatever it was, hit to kill. That was not a big blast or whatever. Because that was one of my COAs, right? Was if they were like close together, one big blast takes all three of them out, but they were not close together.
No.
Those were individual shots. They ripple fired.
Yeah, and again, man, I wonder what the formation was and what the timeline was, from first eagle, first mud hen going down to, the third one.
We don't do this again.
Thankfully,
yeah.
Thankfully, all 6 made it out. That's awesome.
I really don't want to be doing this again, like covering this, because this is not. It's not cool.
Well, unfortunately, man. I mean,
yeah, it's war.
Blue and blues happen, and unfortunately, it's probably going to happen again at some point.
Yeah. Tom says Kuwait just trying to one up the Gettysburg. Yeah. Amen. Thank you, Rich. Doug, if you see a Rich comment, please.
Yeah, it's pretty busy in here. I'm trying to keep track.
The Ari Harris Foundation, prayers up for our 6 fallen service members. Yes, separate from that. So it was 6 in the Strike Eagle, but then they just discovered 2 more that were killed in the attacks. So we're up to 6 KIA in this conflict, but not the same ones. Good to know. Who cares? John says SecDef is kicking himself for reassigning the Gettysburg crew to Kuwait. Oof. Hi, Ryan. Appreciate you. Cute pup, by the way. Disco Dan says, I do Patriot in real life. We have 3 types. They all go for the air crew. PAC-2s have a substantial blast frag warhead. 3s and MSCs are hit to kill and go for the cockpit.
Yeah.
Well,
I always thought the Patriot pulled a lot of lead,
That looked like a rear aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Air-to-air missiles will do that.
Correct. I was going to say
that looked like a drone kill shot.
We've done a couple live shoots, and that's exactly what it looks like when it takes down a drone, like tail gone, kind of thing.
Yeah, when they snip it to try to save the drone. Islamic State says, "Do you guys bully Doug because he's the wizzo of the show?" No.
They bullied me for a long time before I became the wizzo of the show.
He's much more useful than that. Kevin Morgan says, so does that mean the squadron gets 3 new X's, or is there a call being made to the boneyard? It just means nothing. They've got 3 fewer jets.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Alec, what's up, buddy?
Hey, man.
Gettysburg, we got our own plane. They said we shot our own plane. Kuwait, hold my soda. All jokes aside, glad they're safe. Glad you guys escaped Iran. Yes.
Yeah.
Tevin says it ran a half marathon last weekend. Saved last week's episode for the mid-run entertainment. This week is mid-recovery. You're an overachiever.
Wow.
Bruce says my dad was a USAF officer and psychopath. He got in trouble in Japan and was sent to St. Lawrence Island in the Bering Sea for a year.
Wow.
was his call sign Runner? Spinbot, thank you. Again, Doug, if you find something, say something. Tom says you guys need to have habitual line crosser on. I think he follows me on X. Cool dude. You need habitual line crosser to weigh in on the Patriot angle.
Who is habitual line crosser?
He does funny videos where he puts the mouths on the jets.
Oh.
Yeah. I think he's also on the Unsubscribe podcast too.
Oh, okay.
T. Wolf Yeager says Seymour Johnson's Egret shop is to be incredibly proud of the work they do. That is a valid point.
Yeah, those jets were from Seymour Johnson.
Well, and we don't mention the fact that until it's known what happens, the maintainers were probably pooping their pants waiting for those jets to come back, and then hearing they're downed and then not knowing, like, dude, they went through it too.
3 were down, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, all those maintainers are like, God, what did we do?
Yeah.
You know, because that's the first thing everybody thinks.
Yeah.
Holly Movie Star says Eagles flying level, could an Iranian Sam paint them? Yeah, I mean, could be, but
we don't know.
That would be a hell of a shot.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the rest of the Iran weekend extravaganza. In less than a whole weekend, Israel has claimed air superiority, and they made this video that's 9 seconds long of them launching a Viper, I guess. But if you go to the actual words, Doug, I think that's what that was meant to be. Up. So aerial superiority achieved over Tehran. The IAF have been operating over the skies of Tehran, striking, eliminating numerous targets. Ballistic missile launchers, headquarters, air defense, command centers, parallel 50-plus UAVs from Iran toward Israel since the beginning of the operation, being successfully intercepted by IAF fighters and attack helicopters. I have seen people now say that because of the 3 Strike Eagles, that this is some kind of failure. I don't know how you can characterize a tactical win like that as any kind of operational failure. I mean, it sucks, but the fact that you've achieved air superiority over Tehran in 48 hours is pretty incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's footage out there of F-16s flying over Tehran. Excuse me, Tehran. Granted, one of them is getting shot at by Sam, but yeah, it didn't take him long, man. I mean, well,
and there's, I don't know, Doug, do we have this? We have the video of the, maybe it's just an article. So we'll cover that here too, because there is air superiority, but the Iranians are still launching onesie twosies trainers, the Yak and the MiG-29.
Yeah.
Dude, if you're that MiG-29 pilot, and I know there is a rumor of MiG-29s being shot down by Fat Amy, which if that's the case, the F-22 pilots will be punching all of the air.
Raptor guys are going to lose their mind.
I mean, just incredible. But if you're a lone MiG-29 pilot tasked with a single ship cap over Tehran, what are you thinking?
You're just waiting, dude. You're just waiting. I mean, yeah. I think they're sending them up, right, to try to shoot down the MQ-9s and stuff. But, I mean, dude, look, if you take off, AWACS knows. Right? It's like, I mean, if you study the Gulf War, I mean, you can, like, that. They knew when the jets were taking off, out of what air base, and there's assets airborne that are there to intercept you.
Didn't they get a big order of Su-35s that the Russians gypped them on?
Yeah, it's been a while
about that. Yeah,
I remember
they paid the deposit and then the Russians never delivered.
Yeah, I remember they went to, but I don't know if I don't think they ever actually got them though.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you look at the state of the Iranian Air Force, right, what it was supposed to be, like they had that goofy looking Vans RV kit plane that was supposed to be their stealth fighter. I think it was a 313 or whatever. That thing didn't materialize. They bought all these Su-35s. I think they were talking to China about other stuff. But what they actually have, they never got the S-400. So they really have like S-300s, the iHawks. They have a huge drone program. and because that's made there, and they've been shipping that out to Ukraine, to Russia to fight in Ukraine. They have the ballistic missile program, which is a very big thing. They have the capacity. I mean, Marco Rubio was on today talking about that they were building thousands a month, which we could never, like, once they hit the point of no return, we couldn't do anything about it. But as far as their Air Force goes, it was kind of outdated.
Yeah, it's very much, I mean, it was cutting edge in the 70s, before the Shah fell, because they bought, I mean, my dad worked on the fighters in Iran before the Shah fell. And he told me that, there's a big push back then to modernize the country. And they bought F5s, F4s, Tomcats, and they had foreigners there, like my dad working. So for the time, they were cutting edge, but then when the Shah fell, things changed. And hats off to the Iranians. They were able to keep all those US made jets flying and fighting for like 10 years, right? Or more between the Iran-Iraq war. But dude, they haven't, like you said, they haven't been able to upgrade.
Right.
Really. Since
all that bastardized F5, whatever thing with the tails. They've had the Tomcat, but the Tomcat, I hope, is hiding in a mountain somewhere.
Same dude.
Like,
keep at least one
hermetically sealed somewhere.
Well, they only had bought so many Phoenix, so they have tried to retrofit some other weapons to Western jets, but I mean, it's
but you do that, but you're running the old ass, range only radar in an F5. You're running an F4 radar. Like, none of these things are.
I know.
They're not even third gen. You're talking like what's your plan here? You've got a 15-mile look. Good luck.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you took off, like you talked about. You took off and you're targeted.
Yeah. Yeah. No, against what they're up against now, dude, it's not even a competition, man.
Yeah. As we've said in the past, I know people will be mad at us both sides for this, but we would have preferred diplomatic resolution.
100%, dude, 100%.
But in the absence of a diplomatic resolution, you win. Like, you can't half-ass it, dude. You have to go in to win.
And just being an aviation podcast, that's what we're just talking about. It's just, if you look at the actual capabilities, right? I mean, that's what I'm not for war. I mean, it pains me that six, we've already had 6 casualties. For sure. 6 too many to me. But like you said, Mover, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I think Israel's probably correct in their claim of air superiority.
They're 100%.
I don't think there's any chance of Iran getting that back.
No. We also have some footage of the F5 and F4. You never put dashes on these things.
Sorry. This makes me sad, man, this footage.
That was Gonky. That was me.
Okay, put the dashes next time.
I feel bad about this footage, though.
It's an F5, man.
Look at this. Was this Israeli footage?
Yeah, I think so. Right? That was it. Oh, dude.
Trying to find the F4, which is even worse.
It's the second one. Just let it roll.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. Right here. It's next. There she is. That hurts my soul, man. I mean, I get it. It's not.
I have not seen
a
Tomcat yet. And so
that's
just holding out hope that they're just sealed somewhere in a mountain.
Yeah.
And one of our bombs locked it in. So now some archaeologist in 20 years in a free Republic of Iran that is democratically run will stumble upon it.
Put them in museums. Maybe fly one at Oshkosh.
It'll be awesome. You'll see it at the next air show in 2045.
Yeah.
In Iran, it'll be whatever the World Cup airplane. I don't know, dude. Just some free thing would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'll make you feel better. Here's a hype video of the F4. Because they
This is a
still
great video. This is actually a great
this
video.
is the they put this out shortly after hostilities commenced. Hit it, Doug, with the music. I think the music is fine. I mean, very cinematic, very cool. There was an old AIM-9 Papa. Was that an AIM-9? Probably. He's reading the paper manual.
6-star general.
Old AIM-7. Yeah, it was an AIM-9.
Such an awesome jet. But dude, it's like bringing your 67 Corvette to the drag strip these days.
I don't know what the intent was when you put the old AIM-7 on there. You know.
Well, I would think that would be a hype video within Iran.
Where they've shut down media and cannot,
to try to pump up their own forces and military. I don't know, man. You put that, like you said, you put that video out to the rest of the world, and like they have the same reaction. It's like, that's an AIM-7, dude.
Yeah,
probably an
like,
AIM-7 model from 1970s.
whatever they were flying back in the 70s.
Correct, man. And that's probably an AIM-9 where you need to be dead six, target afterburners lit. The super old one.
The AIM-9 Papa.
Right. So
I wonder what the thought process, like if the pilots, because you saw the one guy who was reading the paper manual, and it's like, bro, it's late for that. Like, you're not getting an ATOPS check or it's going to be your Finney flight, more than likely. Spend it doing something you enjoy, not reading the book. Unless that's what you like. You're a nerd. You like reading about the hydraulic system. There's probably 15 of them on that thing because it's that old.
Probably reading about seat man separation. He's like, wait a minute. Let me see. It's like, I got to be doing at least 60 knots.
All right. Engine fire. Okay. What do I do when this thing's on fire?
Oh, dude. Yeah. They got to do. I mean, dude, it's like the videos that they put out the other day. Hey, how we're going to handle the American carrier, right? Or the B-2. Remember they had the rapid fire S-300?
Yeah. This was a legitimate one. The other stuff was just AI slop, but this one, dude, that's so well produced. It was so cool. It's just, it's such a shame because that's not really, like, that would have been a cool video in about 1978.
Yeah. Well, how about pre-hostilities when there's no?
There's always been hostilities, though. There are no the 70s are the pre-hostilities, dude. I mean. Yeah. They have been assholes for the last 50 years, 45 years.
Yeah, it's sad, man. I mean, like I said, they're bringing a knife to a gunfight with that generation of weapon. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that the F4 with Sparrows and old Sparrows and Sidewinders should be taken lightly. I mean, if I happen to come to emerge with one, I'm going to try to kill it as viciously as I can. Cause you just never, I mean, it is a weapon of war, right?
If I were on my check ride and they said your threat today is an F4 with an AIM-7, I'd be a very happy mover.
Of course. But as Raptors saw fighting T-38s, sometimes David gets you, right? The old David and Goliath, like sometimes.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, any given Sunday, it's always possible.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. It's just not probable.
Right. I mean,
yeah, but T-38 will outmaneuver old F4 there.
Well, you think so?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I think they have the leading edge, dude. The leading edge slats. I think
these guys do? Well,
I'm
maybe.
Pretty sure I saw it in the clip there.
Okay, well then maybe the older ones. The older ones didn't have that. They were just the big New Jersey Turnpike turn radius.
Yeah, dude, I think they put that out, to try to pump up the
That's
Iranian
propaganda.
forces.
Yeah, it's
But that jet, that was probably the jet that we saw in the FLIR footage. It's
oh,
like,
dude, that'd be
boom. I mean, it's
Yeah.
probably in several pieces now.
All right. Well, speaking of thing, I don't know why you called it this, but we'll call it that anyway. Mover and his Twitter takes. So I saw this and I wanted to get Gonky's opinion on this.
What is this?
So Apo Structura, Western air superiority doctrine vindicated again. There's your Western air superiority apology form. The media convinced me bombing doesn't work. RT told me the S-300 can intercept anything. I don't know how a plane works. And then I will hereby respect. Well, it was a meme, but old Elon weighed in on this. And he said, number one, drones were a major factor in this attack. Number two, long-range drones and hypersonic missiles will be the only weapons that matter when not fighting an opponent several tech levels below you. Aircraft with people in them will unfortunately die very quickly. I retweeted old Elon and I said, just as a reminder to everybody, Elon Musk has never been in a fighter brief, fighter debrief, studied a 3-3, studied a 3-1, or done anything with tactics, techniques, or procedures. Take that as you will. Respond accordingly when you consider this advice. Gonky?
Did he reply to you?
No, but all his fanboys did, which I'm sure this video, all his fanboys will too, because Elon Musk has this like cult following where if you say anything like even remotely like counter to him being the smartest man in the world, which don't get me wrong, he's a smart dude, he's a great businessman, he's done a lot of cool stuff. He's just not an expert in air dominance, air superiority, multi-layered, multi-domain joint forces and joint operations. The stuff you're studying in ACSC right now, he doesn't know anything about. But go on. Tell me about
He's
your
smarter
opinion.
man for it, dude.
Yeah. Smart dude, but like he doesn't understand the larger picture. And I'm sorry, it's just true.
Yeah. Nah, dude, you just posted facts, right? You just posted the facts. It's true.
People say it might not be facts. They're like, he has the highest security clearance on the planet. You don't know what he doesn't know. I said, yes, I do. Because he made a post like that.
So basically the Elon fanboys were like, mover, you're dumb. Clearly correct. In the future, it's just going to be drones and hypersonic missiles. I'm basically Orville and like I'm old school and don't know what I'm talking about. And he's the way of the future. And he shapes technology and all that stuff. Tech. Yeah. Because I never spent hours in the vault studying this stuff or flying it or you never participated in any
participated. Don't know anything about, space, cyber, multi-domain operations, how it all integrates, what we have to do. I didn't watch this Iranian conflict or Venezuela and see it actually happening in real time today, as things are happening.
Yeah. I mean, kind of like we're seeing in this whole Iranian conflict that we're now in, things don't always go as planned. I think, I don't know. I'm a fan of Elon.
Yeah, me too. I don't like his fanboys, but I like him.
I mean, two things can be true at once, right? I mean, he is a genius, but also he has never had any real military experience, period. Whether it's in a fighter jet or any kind of, on the battlefield. So, I'm sure in his mind, in a simulation, probably what he said, probably true. But dude, as we know, real life conflict is not a simulation. And even though we practice in simulations all the time, when you get to the real thing, it could be wildly different, right? So even though you didn't say he was wrong, I agree with your statement of like, there's more to it. There's definitely more to it.
Well, to address his statement, because I don't think he's right either. So he talks about, it's all going to be hypersonic missiles. First of all, the hypersonic thing is mostly a marketing term. People are overusing that. I mean, yes, there is hypersonic technology. There is some value to it. There's a lot of emerging threats that are hypersonic, but the tech bros throw out hypersonic like it's a marketing term because it is. And a lot of people don't even understand it when they use it. That's number one. But number two, what he's talking about is a very small part of a larger battlefield. Yes, drones played a big part in this conflict. We're even using the Shahed drone copy that we're, for the first time in history. But drones are an augmentation. They're a force multiplier. They are not a replacement, because there is no replacement. There's no replacement for anything, because everything is multi-layered. And when I say multi-layered, multi-domain, if you go look at General Kane's press briefing, he talks about the joint forces and how they all came together: space, cyber, OCA, DCA. There's a lot of acronyms here: offensive counter-air, defensive counter-air, suppression of enemy air defense, all that stuff on these technologies that we have. If you want to say, well, it only works against Iran because they're a low-tech country, first of all, that's not necessarily true. They're not near peer like China, but they are not low tech. The reason that it's going as well as it has is because we're very good at this. Like this is years of, we have trained and perfected and moved on. Yeah, we've got a lot of downfall. We've got a lot of limitations because of contractors and fraud, waste, and abuse and stuff we've talked about over and over and over. But at the end of the day, we've got the fighter weapon school. We have the people whose jobs are to create these tactics, techniques, and procedures. But if you want to talk near peer adversary, you go look at China. What is China doing? China is still making manned fighters. China is still creating platforms that are quarterbacks for drones. They're not replacing their platforms with drones, but they're augmenting it in this ring. Because remember, it works fine in a perfect world, but contested, denied, degrade environments, there are not a perfect world. We spend billions of dollars figuring out the trons, the hacking, and the electronic warfare and all that stuff. There's a reason we haven't wholesale gone to it, and it's because it is not necessarily a proven tech. And the Chinese see that too. So when you talk near peer, near tech, China's the first one that always comes up. And guess how they're developing their stuff? Even Russia. What's Russia developing? I mean, now they're a step lower because they've been, pretty much bankrupting themselves in this conflict in Ukraine. But Su-57, their new fighters that they're developing, everything, the Su-75, which who knows if that thing will ever, see the light of day. But nobody is doing, hey, we're just going to get rid of all man cockpits, because it's just not feasible yet. Now, 100 years, 50 years, maybe. I mean, he may not be wrong in the long-term future, but he misses the rest of the puzzle. And I think that's the issue. Okay.
Yeah. Man. He's human too, right? He may be one of the smart guys on the planet, but he can make mistakes. But I agree with you, man. It's to even pull off an attack like against Iran, as you say, not a near peer adversary. Dude, you hit a country with cyber, electronic, all kinds of stuff, in addition to space, right? In addition to launching cruise missiles to take out radars and surface to air threat. It's an extremely coordinated attack using multiple weapons, man. Just saying drones and hypersonic missiles are going to take care of everything. That's a little short-sighted, if you ask me.
And the other argument to that too, we'll just tag it onto this one because I don't know of a better place to put it, because people were like, no aircraft has been vindicated more than the F-35 in this conflict. And, they're saying that I disagree with that statement. And here's why. Because anybody who knew anything never said that the F-35 was not capable. The F-35 is a technological marvel. It is great at what it does with the beeps and squeaks. It is great. It's a great platform. It is a disaster as far as a program. It would have been better without the B model.
Correct.
It could have been better without all the developmental woes that it had. And we can't figure out what our agenda is. And we changed the specs and the requirements and all that stuff, and engine problems and software problems and all that stuff. It could have been better, but it's a great platform. It's not vindicated in this war because I think people are only reading headlines. They see, an F-35 shot down, if that even happened, right? Shot down the MiG-29s. Well, guess who else is out there? Because I even had this. I posted the video today about me, that guy posting that fake news that said I got shot down in an F-16 in Tehran. And people said, they're like, there's no F-16s in this conflict. Wrong.
Right.
McIntyre Air National Guard flying Block 52s are out there. Block 50s and 52s are still flying SEAD missions every day, because guess what? The Wild Weasel F-16 is one of the best platforms in the world for this mission. F-15E, we just saw, is still out there doing the work.
Right.
Regardless of whether they got shot down or not, they were still doing the work. In fact, when I saw that, I thought the Strike Eagles, because that's usually what they do, shot each other down. But I digress. Go to any red flag, you give them swing roll, they will shoot down the rest of the strike package. I've been a victim. But what I'm saying is, like, it goes back to my original point, which is it is a total force integration. It is a joint problem. You don't do it alone. You don't do it with one aircraft. You do it with the totality of everything: Navy, air, sea, land, space, cyber.
Yeah, that's what they're doing, man. I mean, they got the Ford over in the Med, right? The Lincoln down in the Gulf, and then, who knows where the Air Force guys, Kuwait, I think Saudi Arabia, right, has joined the fight as well. I mean, like you said, man, it's not, if it was just, we're going to launch F-35 and see what happens, it might probably wouldn't be as successful, because even the F-35 was designed as an integral piece of a bigger plan, right? So
plus the nerd jets, the Doomsday and the AWACS and
the tankers can't gas without gas, right? I mean, yeah, dude,
C2ISR.
Yeah, I mean, bag on Fat Amy because it's not good looking, and like Mover said, it's kind of a train wreck, but it's really good at what it does. And probably a lot of stuff that it's doing, like, you're not going to know.
Yeah. You don't have the clear. Well, and that's the thing. Elon doesn't. Even if he has the highest clearance, he doesn't have a need to know. So that he has never spent 1 minute, I guarantee you, in a vault studying this.
Well, dude, you could explain. You could take anybody off the street, put them in the vault, and try to teach them some stuff. But unless you have the experience, unless you have the corporate knowledge, it's not going to make much sense to you. So,
yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
All right. Well, so much for space, Gonky.
So, no. I love Elon, dude. He's like, I'm a fan.
I am too, dude. And that's why it hurts me. It hurts me when his fanboys make me have to address the stupidity.
Mover is fanboy.
Yeah, I too am a fanboy, just not like that. I have what's called free thought. What else are we going to talk about, Gonky? Oh, we got some things from the audience. Let's see what they got to say. Lee says, quoting Ryan McBath, Kuwaiti air defense has more kills than the F-22. God.
Dude.
Oh, yeah. Tom says, you guys on Unsub would be awesome. Dude, we never get invited to any podcast. I'm wondering if it's us. Is it us? Probably is.
Dude, it's definitely us.
Arrow 100%. Wrench, yeah, they don't want to be within 1,000 miles of us. Thank you, Arrow Wrench, if you got something. Say something. Richard says, glad you're still alive, Mover. Much love to Gonky, too. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
John says, Iranian pilot is thinking, I wonder if I can just blend in. Cue the whistling as they tiptoe in the air. Bon 619er. I can only imagine what the comm sounded like during those shoot downs. I'm sure you could feel the adrenaline. Yeah. Who talks in that case? Is it the Wizzo or the pilot?
Dude,
probably the Wizzo.
Yeah.
Blue Rex says, I'd like to suggest Reach Pilot as a guest. He and Gonky can talk about flying the C-130. Great episode so far. Very illuminating. Good boy. Mach says, greetings from the Congo line here in Oro-D, deadheading home, not Starlink, but working so far. Didn't want to miss the show. A year later for our fallen. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Heard that UAE told Iran if they keep bombing them, they will join the coalition, will obliterate whatever's left from Iran. I think UAE already did. Didn't they do that today?
Join the coalition?
Yeah, I thought they came out and said we're tired of your.
Joe
Joe says
take some drone hits. I mean, I think so.
Joe says that was one of your better ones, Gonky. What does an Iranian pilot study before taking off? Man seat separation.
Well,
Turd Ferguson, are F4s like the Guam bombs of the sky? Don't know what that means, but it sounds awesome. Arrow Wrench says, if the F4 is a third generation fighter in the hands of the right pilot, it's still a powerful weapons delivery platform. Also, do you disagree with the idea the onboard systems are upgraded? Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's. I mean, yes,
you can only upgrade it so much.
I mean, the F4 even upgraded or even not upgraded, it is a deadly weapon. It is capable of shooting down anything that flies. But dude, it's just outclassed today, man. Everything about it is dated.
They have Russian and Chinese upgrades.
Yeah, I mean, and more importantly, I mean, you're talking about just the F4. The other big picture, kind of like we just talked about, is Iran just doesn't have the layers of defensive or offensive capability that they are being subjected to right now, right? So, I mean, when you combine intelligence, everything we talked about, man, as soon as that jet fires up, somebody's going to know.
I mean, it might be great compared to the rest of what they have, but unless you're talking like 5th gen sensor integration, it really is not gonna do much for you.
Yeah, I mean, Mover and I always talk. Well, in T-38s we shot down F-22s, but 99% of the time we got smoked. Right?
Yeah, I'll tell you,
right?
I would not want to be in an F4 or a T-38 in this conflict.
No, dude, no. I don't want to be anything that's not squawking on the friendly side.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck with your F4.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's upgraded to the moon and back, I wouldn't trust any of it.
No, you're gonna,
because then you have to get the stuff to play right with each other, right? You start throwing in like it never works.
Yeah, you're gonna get.
It's not. Bob says, agreed. If full automation was so great and technically possible, now everyone who can would be going all in. TikTok's got my back says, if I'm remembering my Earth history correctly, a few decades back, the Brits convinced themselves that SAMs would make fighters obsolete and tried hard to get rid of their Air Force. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That is Earth history. I don't know, but they did go all in on VTOL, which that's a disaster.
Yeah.
Nate says, you think any Tomahawks were flying overhead the pilots like in our favorite documentary? I saw some videos of some Tomahawks flying, and that looked pretty Top Gun-esque.
I can't speak for this, for the Iran fight, but I know when they kicked off Iraq 2.0 20 years ago, some of the guys that I flew with were opening night, and they said, yeah, they could see the Tomahawks coming over them.
Holly Movie Star says, I wonder if we'll see stealth air refuelers. It would help that CIA guy who couldn't do math. Did you see that? The CIA guy that was like, there's no way they'll strike Tehran because they don't have the range to launch off the carrier and get to Tehran and come back.
Huh?
It's like, oh, yeah, it's called tankers.
Wait, we can refuel in the air?
Yeah.
We can do that?
Yeah, we call them. But if you had stealth tankers, you can get even farther.
Yeah.
Tom Coral says, just wanted to say I appreciate you all. You get me through a lot of late work nights. Also bring back Skid, best guest.
Skid, I think he's in the comments, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. He's right there. Mm-hmm.
Skid.
All right. More sad news for the Iranians. They destroyed their entire navy, including the something near and dear to our heart.
Yeah.
The Irish Shaheed Bagheri drone carrier that we covered not too long ago. That bad boy right there. Remember we talked about it? And we were like, man, what I wouldn't have given to have one of those as a kid. Like the G.I. Joe USS flag that I never got.
Yeah.
And now it's gone.
Yeah, they convert. Well, that was the one they converted the tanker, right? Like literally, like a yeah. Here we go. Play.
Yeah,
it.
here it is.
Oh man,
Remember those days?
look at that.
You could, dude. That's just like from Hot Shots.
Yeah.
See?
Model airplane, that took a long time to get airborne.
Dude, that's in scale, that's like 40,000 feet of runway.
That's exactly, dude. I mean that thing must be loaded.
You have to take off at V2 plus 100.
He's actually at maximum speed.
Yeah, he's already.
It looks like it loses altitude after it goes off the ramp.
It looks like it loses speed when it goes.
This is awesome right here. This whole.
Yeah.
Simpler days in the Iranian Navy.
Look, they just added. Look at that, man. They just added the angle. They just added an angle to the ship.
He boltered.
I wonder what got to sink this thing.
Probably a B2.
You think so? You think
Or
so?
B1. No, the B1s were launched the other day, so the B1s probably got in on the action.
Man, I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if like Super Hornets stick it out.
For the love of the game.
Yeah. I mean,
No, here's what it was. Marines and F-35Cs. Just go weird with it.
Just go weird with it. Yeah, oh man. I don't know.
Dude, I'm just happy they could sink it. I mean, dude, remember when they try to make a reef out of a carrier, how much it took to sink a aircraft carrier?
Dude, we had a Sink X, and yeah, a real ship is actually somewhat hard to hit. My quantity too, man. Like 2 500-pounders straddled the ship. Didn't hit it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'd like to think that maybe Navy Super Hornets took out that thing, but you never know. They might have harpooned that thing. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I guess the Iranian Navy is pretty much no longer, right? So there's a frigate destroyed, 2 frigates, a submarine, 2 subs, and then their model airplane aircraft carrier.
Drone carrier.
Drone carrier. Sorry. But,
so end of the line.
Yeah, dude.
It was one of one, dude. Like when it goes to the boat show, it probably had the little plaque like I'm the only one. And now never gonna exist anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
We even talked about that, dude. We were like, man, this thing could be a real threat.
Not anymore.
Nope.
But I don't know. Maybe it launched a bunch of kamikaze drones before it got sunk. Who knows, man? Like I said, I'd like to know what took it out.
Exocet anti-ship missile.
You
From a MiG-28.
I'm pretty sure we don't have the Exocet, man.
I mean, the French are coming down. Then maybe they loaned us one.
Are they French?
Yeah, the French are steaming towards us as we speak.
Does Qatar have Mirages? Somebody over there have?
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, I don't know, man. I like to think that Super Hornets stick it out, maybe with a harpoon, or just drop some 500 or 2,000 pounders on it. But I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
And this is what we talk about, man. Like in the span of just a few hours, Iran loses their ability to fight on land and sea, air. I mean, it's a well-coordinated screen.
Yeah, the issue is going to be the sustainment.
Right.
Because their Navy was never a threat.
No.
I mean, well, their Navy was never a threat to us. The Navy was a threat to shipping in Strait and other the Navy was actually a threat to themselves because they had a friendly fire incident and sank one of their own tankers before we sank the rest of their Navy. So they kind of didn't.
Yeah. I mean, I agree that the Iranian Navy wasn't much of a threat, but dude, this is all part of like just kind of ending their ability to fight.
Well, and there was also, and this is not something we usually talk about, so we have no idea, a submarine on submarine kill.
During this conflict?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
A nuclear sub, because of the little diesel, blah, 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 was making too much noise, and it got too close, and whatever they say when they torpedo Fox 3, I don't know, Fox 5.
I don't know. I don't know how submarines work, man. I think it's
one away.
Yeah, is it one away?
I think you say that for your anchor. You say anchor's
away. I know anchor's away. Dude. Yeah.
But yeah, no, seriously, they sank a sub with a sub.
Well, I mean,
sub on sub violence.
Like we talk about with the 3 Eagles going down, confusion and communication, fog of war. Like if we're having a little bit of fog, like the Iranians,
they don't even have leadership. They're just a roving motorcycle gang right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like it is literally a free for all. One person command everywhere, right? So
that would be kind of awesome.
It would kind of. Grew socks away. That's funny. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
Oh, listen, I'm learning something here. Anchors away means the anchor's coming up. It's away.
We're getting ready to go.
I thought it meant throw it over the side. Like bombs away.
You thought wrong, sir.
It's dumb. Navy's dumb.
He's just jealous. It's no
Do
big
better.
deal.
I'm jealous of the boats.
It's no big deal, dude.
G Stoyle says, Gonky, UND flight student are in right now. Any tips on flying Navy after college? Loves the show.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I went to UND, and after college, I went to OCS, and that's how I made it. So if you do go, I know you getting your flight training at UND. Just if you get into any of the flying programs, just go in with the mentality that you don't know anything about flying, and you'll do much better.
And that, kids, is how I met your mother. Hey, John, new to y'all's channel. Love the show. Thank you.
Thanks, John.
And
appreciate
that's
that.
an excellent golf swing you have. I don't know anything about golf.
I don't
It looks fantastic.
It looks good.
You look well dressed for the role.
Yeah.
You got the glove and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I would think you were professional. Squish Face says, would you do a reaction video to the new video that claims the F-35 is designed to be a good dogfighter, i.e. better than the F-16, F-18? Would be interesting. I just tell you right now, no. End of video, end of speech.
Yeah.
She's good at the other skills.
Yeah.
She's not that good at turning and burning.
No. It wasn't designed as a...
And I have turned and burned with them in both the 38 and the Hornet.
Yeah. It's got little stubby.
It's a penguin.
Yeah, it's got a girthy body and little tiny wings.
Tom says, Praying Mantis 2 Electric Boogaloo. I don't know what that means, but I love it. Full Afterburner USA. What's the most important part of an Iranian fighter pilot's run-up checklist? The man seat separation part. Unpinning your seat.
Correct. Make sure the pins are out of this bad boy and
armed
up. Or armed up.
Yeah. Whatever it is, it's required to get your seat ready. In fact, it's a F4, right? So you probably have to ride around like this.
Yeah.
And just one hand. Go
to the seat shop and get those guys, a round of drinks. Be like, hey, make sure this thing works.
This is all I care about.
Yeah, that's all I care about. Engines, I don't care about that. Flight controls, no. Seat, yes.
Steven says Disneyland has 8 submarines that is used for its submarine attraction at Disneyland. Pretty soon Disney will have a larger, actually not pretty soon, as of right now.
I think they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, between that and the Jungle Cruise boats, I think they've got.
The Air Force has a larger boat fleet than the Navy.
What?
It used to be true. I don't know if it's true anymore. They told us that at Water Survival.
Really?
Yeah, because they had all those water survival boats and stuff.
Oh, all the pontoon boats at the club.
Yeah.
All
the
ski boats, all the ski boats at MWR.
Yeah, the way we count things is a little different, but it works. The math works. I checked it. Alex says he's going to say it's World War II SBDs dive bombed it.
Yeah.
Bob says Iran is a mystery to me. All that oil money, the people are suffering, not a modern and strong military. I don't get it. It's called
Poor leadership.
Dictatorship, sir.
Yeah.
And other
Yeah.
reasons. Jason says, Gonky, did you fly the super fellow Buckeye here? Wait, no. Gonky, did you fly the super
Oh,
fellow Buckeye
okay.
here?
You blew my mind. Like, what the hell's the super Buckeye? I did.
What's the super fellow Buckeye?
What is going on here? I did fly the Super Hornet. Yeah.
And you are a Buckeye.
And I am a Buckeye. I mean, I'm a Buckeye who snowbirded early in life. So yeah. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you. Arrow Wrench says, I love you guys. The F4, or thanks F4 answering my question with drones and the Anthropic move being, do you think the U.S. wants to move away from the human decision? Think the movie War Game. No.
Yeah.
Well, whether they want to or should they? I don't think they should. I hope they don't want to. I think AI is, again, just like the drone thing, augmentation, not replacement. Because if any of you have used AI in any capacity, it's not ready for prime time.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. I mean, who's to say what things are going to look like in 5, 10, 15, 50 years, whatever. But I don't know, man. I just see like warfare is done. It's unfortunately, it's one of the things that mankind does to itself. And it's, people fighting people. And I think AI and drones, robots and stuff will be tools that we use to do that. But that's just my opinion.
Hey, Spider, what's happening, homie?
Spider. Nice, man.
KK8498 says, sorry for ranting. Love your technical analysis in general.
Well, this ain't the news, so.
Or nothing. Completely lawless. Will we be able to replenish all the Patriots being used while short on rare earth elements? We're shipping F-35s without radars.
Man, I don't.
This is an aviation podcast, sir.
I don't know, man. We're just pilots. We don't know much about.
I don't. I only understood about 4 words you had in that whole thing. Hey, since we're running short on time, Doug, pull up the what's sweeping the Twitter trending, the Super Hornet cat shot.
Let me find it.
It's up at the top.
That's what she said. So that
there it is.
So this, for whatever reason, went viral on Twitter today, and I was like, Gonky knows about this.
Oh, yeah.
So the dude who posted it's like he never touched the stick.
Correct.
He touched it pretty good right there.
Well, yeah, wiping out the controls. Which
he's got an old mask.
Yeah, this is probably an older video, man. Boom. Yep, looks good to me. Yep. See, dude, AIs and drones, they do the AI does the takeoff. Kidding, of course. Mover.
All right, what did we learn?
Well, it is procedure in all models of the Hornet to not touch the stick on the cat shot. So the proper procedure is you wipe out the controls, like he said. Check your FCS page. All the blends look good. Everything looks good. Motors look good. Salute with the right hand. And then you put your right hand on the towel rack, just like he has done there. And dude, the cat fires. And with the trim, the way the trim is set up and everything, it comes off the cat perfect. And the technique is you slap the stick to get your clearing turn.
Really?
Yeah. So you just slap the stick, get your clearing turn in. He
didn't do that. Did he do that?
I don't know. Watch it again. So he's off the waist. You should go left. Yep. See him? See that? Learn something, mover. That's it. Boom. See? So that is a normal launch. In fact, dude, one time I went. So we did a stint on shore and then we went back to the boat. And it'd been a while since I did a cat shot. And I remember sitting on the cat and I wiped out the controls. And I remember I saluted and I put my hand back on the stick and I immediately felt something's not right. Like something's not right. What am I missing? And like literally, like, as the cat fired, I realized what I did, and I'm going for the tow rack, dude. And the jet accelerates so fast, I missed the tow rack, dude. It scared the hell out of me, But the airplane, went off the end. It's trimmed perfectly, and I recovered myself. And but yeah, you hang on to the tow rack, and it even has, I never used it, but it had had like a little bar you could pull out to hold the throttles, so like the airplane accelerates so fast so you didn't accidentally.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that just on the Super Hornet? I don't remember that in the Legacy.
On all the Hornets, man.
No one ever showed me such a bar.
Yeah. So, but that is standard Super Hornet and Hornet takeoff from the carrier day case one procedure. You don't touch nothing, dude. And in the Legacy Hornet, actually, as you remember, you don't rotate it on like when you're taking off on land.
Yeah, it just flies off.
You just let it rotate. Now the Super Hornet, you do actually rotate it. So yeah, I mean, these are little nuances of digital flight controls. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever wipe out the stick and have it come off in your hand?
No, because hey, we don't say wipe out the controls in the Air Force, do we? Right. I seem to remember in the T-38, like, I'm like, all right, man, let me wipe out the controls. And they're like, what are you going to do to the controls?
I don't know. See, now I don't know.
Are you confused like me? You don't speak.
Yeah. Now
Navy
I'm like,
or Air Force anymore?
It's just like what the meld of the,
Yeah, dude.
I used to say it in the airline.
Wipe out the controls.
I'm going to wipe out the.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. No, nothing.
But anyway, have you ever had it come off in your hand? Because I know a guy at Strike Fatron 204 that was doing an FCF. And when he got in and he moved the stick, it came off in his hand before he started engines. Because he holds it up to the plane captain. He's like,
no, although I think that might have happened, but me and the Canadian exchange pilot walked to a Super Hornet 2-seat jet, and we got in it. The mission we were going to do is low level stuff. I was getting my low level quals as an instructor, and then Bo reached in and grabbed the stick, and it was loose, very loose. And of course we didn't go. The jet was down. But yeah, maintenance came up. We're like, oh yeah, that stick's not even in there. I'm like, okay. Good talk. But yeah. So no. That's as close as I've ever gotten to having.
Dude, now I'm confused if we said wipe out the controls or not.
Yeah, Skid, you're in the chat, dude. Just chime in.
Hey, Lunabelle just showed up because it's 9:00.
Yeah,
she's arrived to tell me that the show must end soon. All right. Well, thank you for your knowledge and education. Our pilot says praying mantis when U.S. killed half Iran Navy in 8 hours. Yeah, that's true.
Pretty quick.
Now we've got them all. Jason says need a rescue mission for a Tomcat for air shows. Yeah, I think that ship has sailed, dude.
Yeah. I think we chopped all of ours up too, right? Because we were afraid that parts were going to make it over to.
So short-sighted.
There's a couple of museums.
Zena says, thanks for the podcast, guys. Been watching since 2022 now. Have we been doing this since 2022?
Really?
No, the patch says established 2023. Yeah, it says it right there on the back.
It says on the light behind.
Yeah, it says it right there. Established 2023.
You know what, Zena? Thank you. 22, 23. We'll take
22. Well, I like to blank that whole year out.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of a rough one. Arrow Wrench says, I just want to shout out to the MK Blues 1 for all the awesome Blue Angels practice videos from El Centro. Also watch the Mover and Gonky show, not usually live though, every week. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Robin says, Mover, why didn't you ever have to carrier qual? Well, because we were a shore-based aggressor squadron and we went to the boat one time so I had two opportunities. The first time it was supposed to be me and another guy who was an Air Force dude. And a week after I turned 30, I tore my MCL. Had a grade 3 MCL tear, ACL sprain, and I was grounded for 8 weeks. And I missed the class date to go to VFA 106. And then the second time around was a year later when we had to do a deck cert on the TR. And I did all the FCLP workups, and we got towards the end, and the LSOs were like, hey, bring him. But would you call him paddles? I mean, he really wasn't, but he was like the dude, the projo for the whole thing. I guess. Yeah, for our side, for VFA 204. There were a couple other dudes that hadn't been to the boat because it's a reserve squadron that, and they were like, dude, we don't want to accept the risk because we got too many dudes that are struggling a little bit because they're rusty. And he's like, you need to go to 106 and do it with them and not as part of this boondoggle. So they made me go to the TR and sit as the SDO,
squadron duty officer.
ODO, right? ODO.
Yeah.
And so I flew on the COD. I stayed a week and I walked off when we came to port. So
Mover's got a trap. You got a trap.
I've got a trap, but no cat shot. So that was my but I did get to do a whole bunch of FCLPs with everybody, and I was doing okay. The only thing I struggled with was the first time I had to do that stupid night sim where you have to do all the math. Like,
oh yeah, dude,
that was miserable.
Yeah,
I was like,
your push time.
I have no idea.
Oh yeah, dude, that's but once you figure it out, man, it's so easy.
Well, I never got that far.
Yeah, you just draw a T, and
I was like doing the higher level. Like I had all kind of shit written on my card trying to figure this out. And the sim, he's like, dude, are you going to get this? I'm like, I don't think so. He's like, you're so far off.
Yeah.
In that world, so far off was like what? Like a couple seconds.
Like beyond 10 seconds.
Yeah. It was like, seriously, I'll fix it here.
Yeah. Oh no, dude.
No.
I almost killed myself for real at night trying to be as a new guy. Dude, I tipped over like 550 knots at night. It was a disaster.
I told him, I said, listen, just make me do day. I don't need to do night. Just make me do day. And they're like, no. It's like, son of a bitch. And they're like, you need to go to 106. And of course, then it never materialized. And that was a rough year because right after we came back is when my dad died.
Yeah.
That was a tough 2013. Yeah. Anyway, there's your answer. I answer these questions to people that give me money. PSU Bond says PC, QA, and CDI mess up on loose stick grip. No, it wasn't the grip. It was the attach point at the base that had come undone.
The whole stick
for that dude. Because I was sitting ODO and I watched the whole thing happen because I'm like, dude, is this guy ever going to leave for his FCF?
Yeah, there is actually a nub down there that the stick bolts onto. Yeah. In the missionized 2-seat jets, the legend was like, some of the old timers would carry a PVC pipe that was the right diameter because not all of the 2-seat Super Hornets that we had at the schoolhouse had sticks in the back. So a lot of times I'm just sitting back there with the 2 joysticks, but you could look down and you could see the little nub moving, and like you really couldn't reach it unless you unstrapped. You don't want to do that, but yeah, I could see, man, how if that thing wasn't, you just pull it right out, so to speak. Father Exo says, avid watcher of the show, Mover, worked on 35s myself and I've been monitoring the situation. We came across a tweet saying the Viper wipes Fat Amy like nothing and tagged you as a source. Thoughts? Yes.
What is that? What is wipes Fat Amy?
Like beats.
In what?
BFM.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Viper, Hornet.
Yeah.
787, Airwolf.
787. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Don't get a turning fight with a 7.8. It's bad news.
Yeah. It's got a HUD, dude.
It's got a HUD. That's right. And big wing and thrusties.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind fighting Fat Amy because it's very gentlemanly, it doesn't give you 9Gs like and got alpha. So you got that little bit of both worlds. I'm sure in the hands of a well-qualified Fat Amy rider and a novice Viper driver, you could perhaps find yourself in a situation where you were defensive in the Viper.
No chance I'm losing the Fat Amy, but I can say that.
Well, I said novice and experienced, like, different ends of the spectrum there.
I know.
But I'm glad people are tagging me and all kind of stuff. It's very unsettling. John says, do they warn you that you'll go blind if you wipe your stick too many times?
That's funny.
NC Mountain Man says, we have a Tomcat at Hickory Aviation Museum.
Yep. There's a couple out there.
See, there you go. PSU Bond, 2 missing bolts. Still QA, CDI, and PC. Hey, Gonky, is it easier to trap a Super Hornet or a regular Hornet? Rip to the F4, says Rob.
So I never took the Super Rhinoceros to the boat. I only flew it on land. But I think the Super Hornet would be easier at the boat for a couple reasons. One, it has a slower approach speed because of the big wing. Two, it has more thrust and the bigger wing, so it responds a lot better to correction.
Magic carpet.
Well, magic carpet too, but I mean, okay. In addition to that, it is a bigger airplane, so like the bumps and the burble and all that doesn't affect it as much. The Charlie was a little bit difficult because small wing, higher approach speed, and the engines weren't as good at low speed. The Super Hornet, if you were racing them from a dead stop, the Super Hornet felt a lot stronger on the takeoff roll. But then once you hit like 400 knots or so, the Legacy jet felt stronger in the thrusty department.
That's how it was between the A model T-38 and the T-38C pimp jet.
That's right. The PMP.
You got the big intakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those inlet, that drag starts to be a factor.
Yep.
Gonky, I don't know what this even means. Holly Movie Star says, did y'all get to experience Trader John's in Pensacola?
I did. Back in 2002.
What do these words mean?
Trader John's, it was like a bar in Pensacola. Is like a famous place where like the Blue Angels would hang out. And so I went there a couple times in 2002. It's no longer.
Because there weren't enough Blue Angels?
The thing that stands out to me about Trader John's in Pensacola back in 2002 was I saw Shane Osborne get into a fist fight and they had to clear the place out. And he was the pilot of the P3 who landed, the EP3 who landed in China after a J7 crashed into him. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I saw him get into a fist fight there. Because that was a brand new ensign, and everyone's like, "Hey, that's," because at the time I think he was an IP here in Pensacola, and they're like, "Oh, that's Shane Osborne." I didn't have wings yet or anything. I was like just straight out OCS, and the next thing I know, places of pandemonium. But yeah,
okay, good talk. Bob says, random question, Mover. If Secwar becomes a show fan, promotes you, and says you can fly rhinos off the boat, would you? O plus doggy 5-star hotel. Only if Luna can come on the boat.
Put you in a 2-seat jet, man. She can ride,
Those are my terms. She has to be like that dog that Clam Chowder Hill or whatever had. If so, sure. Yes. And her bedtime is 9 p.m. sharp. So we have to honor.
I don't know how Luna Bell is going to like the cat shot in the trap yet. It's pretty aggressive.
Yeah. Well, she's a good girl. She's good. She'll be fine. we say this like this is actually a thing.
Right.
I can tell you quite the opposite. If Secwar finds this show,
we're in trouble.
We're demoted even further than we are currently.
Yes, we're in trouble. Big time.
Jeff says, USMC Hornet maintainer here from 84 to 92. You guys are awesome. And I can say I never met a pilot like this runner guy that T-Bear described.
Dude, Jeff, I've never met a pilot like Runner.
A sociopath?
Right.
You met Raw.
Well, dude, okay. But at Runner's level.
Yeah. I mean, there's various degrees of sociopaths.
Correct. Yeah.
Jason says, why are the super rails canted? Is that more drag?
So they canted the pylons on the Super Hornet because early in testing, they thought that aerodynamically, when the bombs would release, when they were doing like more than quantity of, one, that aerodynamically the bombs would hit. So they canted the pylons outward. And then later on, I've been told, they found out that, actually they would have been just fine, but they had already designed the wing and it would take a lot of money, a lot of testing to redesign the wing. It is weird because we used to do opposite direction taxi there in Lemoore. You'd fold your wings and like the tanks and everything were, as you're taxiing by on the Super, like it's pointing at you. It's like, gosh, what a weird design. So creates a lot of drag too, right? So it's
Tigero says, isn't the point of Fat Amy to kill at range, not BFM, or is there another point no one knows about? It's got plenty of points.
Yeah. BFM's not one of them.
Yeah. I mean, it's competent.
Yeah.
It'll survive.
It's not helpless. I mean,
yeah, it's not. What would you say? Is it worse or better than a growler?
I don't know. I mean, here's the thing, man. Like you would fight it like you would fight any modern warplane. I mean, it is dangerous in BFM. It's just that's not one of its design strengths, is all we're saying.
Holly Movie Star says Pensacola Museum of History has a mock-up of Trader Joe's. Inside the museum, you'd enjoy reading about the founder mover and his eccentric nature.
That's right, they do.
Why? Are you calling me eccentric? You trying to say I'm eccentric?
She didn't say that.
Laura B says, wonder if Mover's still racing next weekend. Yes, but it's going to rain. So it's going to be racing in the rain, which is less fun than not racing in the rain. It's also going to be hot.
Really? It is March, isn't it?
84 degrees, dude.
It's not good.
I hope our cool shirts work. All I can say.
Turn the air on, you'd be good.
There's no air. So I have to have a cool shirt. Arrow Wrench says, I'm an old MCAS El Toro airshow kid, and that's what got me in aviation. I appreciate Gonky's knowledge of history and Mover's practicality. Well, that's one way of putting it.
Thanks, man.
How do you have knowledge of history? You have knowledge of nothing else.
I know a lot about things that don't matter. Let's be honest. So,
how do you feel about watching Wapner?
I don't even know who Wapner is.
Oh, perfect. And you don't even know what that reference is from.
No.
You don't want to watch Wapner? Father Exo says, only ask that 35 v16 question since I went to NODC 3 times, and I don't remember the pilots who were qualifying for my squadron there very long. Don't know the curriculum, but I know the C did great.
30. Yeah. F-35 versus F-16.
Yeah. He went to NODC?
No, Nautic. Dude, that is Top Gun.
No. You call him Nazi.
Oh, yeah.
Because they piss them off.
Yeah.
They don't like being called Nazis.
I wonder why.
Naval Air Warfare Development Center.
It used to be NSOC. That's anyways.
Yeah, but so here's the question. Why'd you go 3 times?
Well, maybe 3 different tours.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure, look, dude, I'm sure the C model did great, but against a Viper, a Viper that knows how to do anything.
Well, and what model Viper too, right? So the Navy flies the old N models, right? I don't know how they compare.
Does not matter.
Yeah, I figured.
An N model? You mean currently they're flying old Dutch Block 15s with the big tails?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't. The N models, the Navy ruined those jets.
Are they no longer?
Yeah, because they over-G'd the crap out of them, overstressed every airframe they could because they were running around pulling 10 plus Gs, and they boneyarded them. And so they had to import like A model F-16s with, the old INS and the radar between your legs.
Perfect.
Because our buddy flew them.
Dude, the F-16 was designed as a dogfighting machine. It didn't even have, like when it first came out, it was heaters and guns only. So it was designed for high thrust, high maneuverability. The F-35, BFM wasn't a high priority in its skill set by design. It's not saying it's bad at it.
Let's just put it this way. BFM is a bowling sport.
I love bowling.
Yeah, but who's the world's greatest bowler? Who cares? It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. That's what I'm saying. Like, you win at that, oh great. You make a movie. Whatever.
Here's the thing though, dude. You could totally No, listen, you could do I've done this before. You go out and do an exercise, you get shot, you're just slinging bombs off target. You got a little bit of gas for a quick hack at the end. And if you win, dude, that flight was awesome.
The best flight I ever had at VFA 204 was with Special in the Houdat MOA. And we fought the Eagles as Red Air. Somehow won. Had enough gas to fight each other.
Yeah.
We each won one. So that was fun. And then we did a low level up to the North Shore, split the causeway at 500 feet, one on each side of the bridges.
Yeah, I remember.
And popped up over the city, did a city tour. 4 bills in the carrier brake and landed.
Yeah. Good old days, mover.
Ask Special. He will tell you that's his favorite flight too. Every time I see him, he's like, you remember that time you and me, we did the thing with the Eagles? Dude, every time.
I told you, dude. I mean, yeah, if you go out and kick some butt in VFM, like everything else is just.
Well, we didn't because we each won one, right?
No, but you beat up the Eagles.
That's true. We did beat up the Eagles.
Yeah.
No, I take that back. I was the striker for the Eagles and he was Red Air.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So we were on opposing sides. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I was the striker.
That's awesome, dude.
All right. Squish Face says, when you say the F-35 will not give 9 Gs, does that mean it will not sustain it or will not just reach it? The A model won't sustain it. It will reach it. The C model won't reach it or sustain it. It's a 7.5 G jet, just like the Hornet. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think probably because they had to put a whole bunch extra structure in it for the
folding wings
carrier. Yeah.
John says the degloving injury on one of the Strike Eagle pilots that ejected is pretty insane. Left hand, former Navy SAR swimmer here. Yeah, it looked pretty gnarly. Emerald says follower of you guys for 6 from Turkey. Follower of you guys for 6 from Turkey. Who will come up on top dogfights going to happen over GNC? Oh boy. The Eurofighter or the Greek Rafales. Have you ever done joint exercise with our pilots? What are your impressions?
I've never worked with them. Those are both awesome airplanes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to come down to whatever pilots, and realize too that I don't think everybody's full up either when they're doing that.
Oh yeah.
I think there's some gamesmanship on that.
Some handicaps.
Yeah. I think we're not going to push too hard because we don't want an international incident because the tensions are a little rough on that part of the world.
Right.
We love our NATO partners. Just put it that way. That's all. All right, Gonky. That's enough show for tonight, don't you think?
Yeah, dude. 2.5. Wow. Time flies, man. Yeah, that's good. Good turnout time. Thank you, everybody, for.
Yeah, this is incredible. Hey, it's Doug. He lives here.
He's muted.
Now, let's put him back where he goes.
There we go.
Hi, Doug.
Welcome back.
Bye, Doug. It's time to end this thing. So, thank you for your service.
Next week, same time, same place.
Monday for sure.
Monday for sure. Yeah, dude. Who knows what kind of stories are we going to have in a week from now? I'm almost afraid to think about it.
Yeah. All right. See you guys.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.